Hello beauties, welcome back to our channel, Two Brown Girls here, and we are discussing our August favorites, which honestly we have a lot of them, and they're not just beauty products, they are just things that we obsess over, that we love, and we are both really big on encouraging or empowering people, empowering ourselves, and so we have a lot of mixture of things to share with you guys. So without further ado, here you go.
Okay, first things first. I'm gonna make this quick, y'all,
because we've already talked about it.
Like, you already know we're hip to game, okay? Jacqueline Hill palette, great palette. Color selection, out of this world. Pigmentation, out of this world. Texture, consistency, buildability, all of these things, out of this world.
Everybody, every skin
tone,
doesn't matter.
This is suitable for. This is a great palette. The price point, everything about this palette is absolutely phenomenal. It is well worth the coin.
Very beginner friendly if you're new to makeup.
Very, very, very beginner. This is what I would consider a holy grail palette. I absolutely would consider this. So whether you're, especially if you're new, because it really does have everything, but even if you've been in the game for a while, you just need something that has everything. You don't have to mix and match and pick this up and pick this up. This is a great palette. That's all I'm gonna say.
I feel like 95% of your makeup looks you can create with that palette.
Absolutely.
So since we were talking about holy grails, I'll bring this up again. This is Juvia's Place, the Saharan Blush Palette, Volume 1. There's Volume 1 and there's Volume 2. This palette, I would say, are for deeper skin tones, so medium to deep skin tones, just because of how deep these colors are. But the Volume 2, I feel, are medium to light. So I do feel like she's catering to both skin tones. So let me tell you about this. If you get this palette and this right here, you're done. You can travel, you can live your life. That's all you need.
Wait. You can travel and live your life, okay?
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
This is it. Because this is a very good contour color. These two are amazing highlights.
They really are.
And this is a very good, like, bronzy blush. So if you don't want to be like, you know, you just want to bronze up your skin a little bit, this is an awesome blush. These two right here, don't let these colors scare you. They're very beautiful on. A little goes a long way. If you use Juvia's Place eyeshadows,
you know how pigmented they are. Very
pigmented. You don't need to use a lot. Same with the blushes. That's all you need. Go on your trip. Have fun. Don't take all these small palettes. So I'm gonna leave that alone because we had said that in a previous video, but these were truly our favorites. And the funny thing is, they became our favorites separately. Like, we didn't talk about it, and we came together like, you like that too? Me too, me too. Yeah. And we ended up like, we need to talk about this yet again. Yeah. So this palette and the Morphe and Jacqueline Hill palette, get these two if you're a beginner, and you're good to go.
Done. Okay. Next one. These just recently became, and I have not been able to put them down.
I don't want to see them.
Okay.
No, the reason why is because I'm like, really, Liz, I think I'm going to go get it, and then I go buy it.
Okay. I'm going to tell you why. First of all, I like matte lipsticks, cream matte, or what are these called? Liquid lipsticks. I do like them. What I don't like about them, sometimes I don't mind it, but they can overly dry your lips and they crack and all that kind of stuff. And if you have dry lips like I do, and she was just saying she does, that look is not always the cutest.
Because it cracks, and then when sometimes it peels, and then you'll have like lines where there's no lipstick.
Yeah,
and it's just not flattering.
It's not flattering. Like, at the beginning of the day it's cute, by the end of the day you're like, what was I thinking? This is terrible.
And don't reapply without taking it all off.
Ever. Just, it's a wrap.
Take it off.
Take it off.
You have to take it all the way off and put it back on.
So, these just recently came out. First of all, okay, let's hold on.
Packaging. I knew it. I knew it when I said, I was like, she's gonna love the packaging.
Because you know I love a matte black packaging. Like, for whatever reason, this is like, my heart's crying. I love matte. This will get me. I'm a sucker for it. It's clean. It's sleek. I feel like it's classic. It's never going to go out of style. And I do have a thing for black and white anyway. You can see the color that's in the tube right here. Like, I'm just completely here for this.
It's really nice.
I'm really here for it. Okay. You can open it. The next thing I love Look at this applicator.
Oh, yes. Oh, y'all know. Me and applicators are like, this is stupid. Who came up with this?
So big, and I don't have the best, like, application technique, so it always goes outside of the lines. This is so sleek. You want to get right here.
It gets it. This is like a brown. So does these dry mats?
So, this is the other thing. I do not like, what are those called? Like the soft matte cream mats, where they look matte, but they don't actually dry down. They're like moussey.
Oh.
I hate those.
Yeah, do you know I bought a few of them from Maybelline and I absolutely did not like them.
I don't. Well, for whatever reason, that weirdness is just really weird. What I do like about these is they do dry down, but they don't dry out. Ooh, that's a word.
Oh.
That was lightweight a word. So they do dry down, but they don't dry your lips out like ColourPop or the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Whatever the formula is in these,
they're pretty amazing.
Bomb. I love them.
Is this your nude?
Okay. Then, let me tell you about these colors. Look at this caramelly, tanny, camel-y.
This is her nude, y'all. It's her nude. I knew it was your nude. I want to see this brown.
I'm going to wear, I'm letting y'all know right now, fudge brown, chocolate browns, my lipstick color for the fall. This
like
berry
this
color.
You guys, I really like, okay, these two right here is where I would live.
I love them.
They're really,
I absolutely
I'm trying to see. So mine is for the makeup artist who travels, or if you're new to makeup, whatever it may be. It's called the Brush Folio. And this is what it looks like.
It looks like a chef's thing.
And it opens like this. So what it is like this. You fold it down like so you can see your brushes. And there's this pull tab here. I'm going to try to show you guys without dropping it. Alright, so the pull tab, you just pull the tab like that.
Oh, and
then it becomes an actual makeup brush stand. And when you're done, you can pull this back out, fold this back up, and close it. And it can go in your kit, just like that. So what I like about it is that it allows you to carry a lot of your brushes. So it has a ton. Like, I actually fit 2 sets of makeup brushes.
That's nice.
In this. So it fits a lot, and it still lays pretty flat, so I can stick it anywhere I need it to be. And then instead of me throwing my brushes down randomly, or sometimes I used to wear this belt, and then I'm kind of like, where is what I need? This is right visually where you can see all your brushes, and they're nice, neat, and organized. Brush Folio. It's on Instagram. And it was $25.
Lady lashes. I don't have them in there because I have them on in the style Dame. Actually, if we're being honest, you can see that. Dame is my favorite. Madame is my favorite. Princess is my favorite. So lady lashes. I love lashes, but what I don't love is that I don't have big eyes, so I don't have the space to carry, like, really, even though I love them.
Yes.
I love thick, long eyelashes. I absolutely bought entirely too many, not realizing that it's not going to work for my eye shape, which is so important. That's why I really love that we have 2 different sides here, because you look at a makeup artist, you love them, you see their makeup look, and you go buy everything, and you're like, why doesn't this work for me? Because you don't take into account their skin type. It's a huge thing. Their skin tone, that's a huge thing.
Shapes
right,
of their face.
Their shapes of their face, and it's specifically when you're talking about lashes, what their eye space looks like in comparison to yours, and that will make a difference on your eyes. When I wear heavy lashes, I always feel like the Holy Ghost is like real heavy in a room.
And I feel like I need that every day of my life.
So if I put literally the exact same lashes Deandra has on my eyes, y'all would be like, is she awake?
These are the ones you gave me. These are House of Lashes Vixen.
We should probably do that again. I just organized my lashes and I was like, why do I have these? So that's important to note that I just can't get away with it. They're too heavy on my eyes. So I absolutely love these lashes. First of all, they're like a demi-wispy, so they start thin on the inside and then flare out. Favorite thing ever. And then they're like that wispy, like I just said, they're like that wispy effect. They're long, but they're not dense. Another very important thing is when you have my eye shape, you can't wear those dense, thick, long eyelashes.
It consumes your
eye, quite literally. So I have these on, and they just look like My lashes, which also is important to me because when I get too much, it's like a lot on my face.
I feel it adds just a bit of flair.
Just
like
a little bit without being like over the top. So if you have my eye shape, Dame, Madame, Princess live there.
What would you say your eye shape is?
I have a standard almond shape eye.
I thought my eyes were almond.
But you have a big set.
Ah, yeah.
So I have, mine are just, they're not small, they're not big, they're just a standard, normal almond shape eye.
And my eyes are big, y'all. My eyes are
and
big.
It makes a difference. So if my eyes were smaller, these lashes might be too much. And so the House of Lashes has like the light brand, which I've actually tried, or line. I actually tried the light, and it's not enough. They're too light. They're a little too light. They're a little too short right here. They don't quite cover the full like space of my eye.
I think it would be someone who has a small hooded eye.
Yeah, a small hooded eye, or maybe even if you have like a monolid, they may work. I couldn't get away with those. So again, all of those make a difference in like your buying choices. You don't want to waste money like I have done.
You want to know.
You want to know. So almond shape eye, standard. They're not big. They're not small. And these are like my everything. I love them.
So this right here, I've talked about the packaging, which is also from Etsy. It's from a glam tech company.
Which is funny that we're talking about all the like obsessions that I've had, and she's clearly been on Etsy. I'm just saying.
I'm terrible. What's in here is these glitter.
I want to do a glitter
pigments. Okay, so let me talk about this. So I bought this down here from a company called Glitter Injections. Y'all don't judge my life.
They're so expensive.
It was like $54.
They're so expensive.
And that was on sale.
Yeah, they're expensive.
So I started Googling, YouTubing, like, how can I make this myself? All these are the ones that I made myself. So I will say I like this if you are ever into a glitter look. The reason why I like pressed glitter is because it's not messy. It doesn't go all over the place, but it's still very pigmented. So I'm going to show you. This is from Glitter Injections. Look at that.
Swipe it. They are bomb. Okay, do yours.
All right,
they're creamy. They're not patchy as I thought they would be.
No. Okay, so here's mine, and I have to say I had to work on mine a little bit more because I was just mixing them up.
Oh, it's still not bad.
It's still a little patchy, so you do have to pat it on. But
for saving $50 to something or whatever.
Yeah, so I made these ones all in here. These are
the black one?
Even the black one. This is regular craft
glitter
that I got from Walmart. And then I use, there's like a formula. It's like glycerin, alcohol, and aloe gel. And you mix it all together. I created all these with all the that recipe, like I want to say under $10.
Nice.
And once you mix it, it does have to sit for 24 hours. And then you want to keep it in a not a cool but a room temperature place. That was my favorite thing, and they're really, I mean, look at the difference of. It's not really a lot of difference.
There's not.
This one is a little patchy, so you have to pat it on, and theirs does.
Glide on.
Like it glides on.
But for the price point, I mean, concealer girl. So, ColourPop came out with a $6 concealer. It is not a lot of product, I will say that. So don't be fooled thinking it's $6 and you're getting the same amount of product as other ones. However, for $6,
it's really good.
This is some bomb concealer. Like, number one, it's very opaque. It's very full coverage. It does not crease.
It doesn't. I have to say. Yeah, it doesn't crease.
Like, this stuff does not budge. And the thing, I always, because I have oily skin, I'm always noticing when I apply something, I'm always noticing the, like the formula. Like, so, but what I find is that the quicker something dries down, the more oil friendly it is. Oily girl friendly.
That makes sense.
Yes. If it's like super, if I put it on my skin and it's super like emollient and movable, then I know we ain't gonna be friends. we might as well go our separate ways now.
And that's usually when she hands it to me.
And that's when I hand it to her. This dries down. You put it in and pat it down, and you can literally, I can see it drying down. It has a very nice soft matte finish. Really, this for $6, and they have like 30 shades, I want to say.
Yes, they do.
Really good shade range, especially for ColourPop. Like, for real, that was really good. I do wish they had one more, like maybe a little bit darker than this.
Like one in between.
Yeah, one in between shade. However, for what it is, girl, you can make it work for $6.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's okay. I'm just saying, like, honestly though, for $6, ColourPop, round of applause.
All right, ColourPop is on it. So this I got from my clients are pretty awesome. They were like, hey, I know you do makeup and you like stuff. Here you go. So one of my clients, Dana, gave this to me. It's called Africa Miranda Facial Elixir. So if you guys check out our previous video, which was our summer favorites, Melissa talked about like her skincare routine. Mm-hmm. One of the things that I've noticed is that when you're normal to dry skin, so you have a combination of things going on, you have areas of your face that do different things. So a lot of times, like, because my skin is normal, I usually try to buy a normal moisturizer, but then I have to add something to it for my dryness, which is around my mouth. So I use a bit of this elixir in the moisturizer and apply that only to here and the rest on my face, and that has worked out for me. And then the other thing is, before applying foundation, using this as a primer. If you're dry skin, a facial elixir or oil will work for you first instead of all these mattifying primers that we like to use.
Okay, my last favorite, and I literally saved it for last because I feel like I might get emotional. And I don't want to. If you know anything about my life, you know I'm obsessive. We've covered that. And I'm a bit of a podcast junkie. I readily admit that. I have a few podcasts that I listen to faithfully every single week. The episode comes out and listening to it that day. Like, it's really ridiculous.
Yeah.
That I just recently got hip to game to is Super Soul Sundays, which is a show actually on OWN, Oprah Winfrey. So anyway, a few weeks ago, I learned that they basically took the show and made it a podcast. So anyway, she interviewed this lady. Her name is Brene Brown. And the episode, she did a TED Talk, which led me to downloading the TED Talk podcast and all of that. Like, I'm so ridiculous. I've been listening to a lot of TED Talks as well on YouTube. They're phenomenal. And Brene Brown did a TED Talk, and she's a researcher, and she was researching vulnerability. And I'm going to say like a lot, actually. I'm going to try to make this short. And the point of it was she found a quote by Theodore Roosevelt, and he was talking about, and this is going to speak to me even right now. He was talking about people getting into the arena and how easy it is, the arena of life, so to speak, and how easy it is for the audience to critique the person that's in the arena. But the winner is always the person in the arena, because they're the ones acting. They're the ones doing. They're the ones taking control of their lives. So it's so easy for you to sit on the sidelines and critique what I'm doing, but what are you doing?
Right.
Nothing. I'm the one in the arena, so shut up. So that's kind of that was the kind of the premise of this book. And in the quote, he talks about the person in the arena is the one daring greatly. They're the ones going after it. They're the ones daring to be vulnerable, which is the premise of her book. Phenomenal podcast or episode on Super Soul Sundays. Phenomenal TED Talk. And then I bought 2 of her books. This is the first one that I just recently started. Really great book. But that is something that resonated with me. Daring greatly, showing up for yourself, being vulnerable, being vulnerable enough to take a risk, being vulnerable enough to jump into the arena of life and forget all the critics and what they have to say, because they ain't doing nothing anyway. So anyway, super inspiring book. Brene Brown is her name. Check out her, if you don't buy the book, check out her podcast, check out her episode on the TED Talk, and check out the Super Soul Sunday Oprah episode.
All right, so gosh, I realized that I have a book as well, but I want to say really quickly, in our previous video we talked about, in our Dear Brown Girls, we talked about passion struggles, and I said to create a gratitude journal. This is my gratitude journal, and I like to buy journals that say things, and this one says, a little step may be the beginning of a great journey. Now on to books. I am reading a book that says Real Artists Don't Starve, and it's a timeless strategies for thriving in the new creative age. And what I like, he even references a variety of different artists and a variety of different avenues. He even talked about Beyonce's Lemonade, how she got some backlash for, because if you read her credits, she has like 100 and something artists that help contribute to the album. And some people feel like when you do that, when you collaborate with other artists, that's truly not your work. But in hindsight, he's saying a starving artist doesn't work with other artists, but a thriving artist does work with other artists. So she actually, with Beyonce collaborating with poets and different people to bring the Lemonade album to life, she was actually being a thriving artist, and in turn bringing those people up with her. Artists, no matter what avenue you're going into, if it's something that is creative, like this book helps you think, because I think it deals with the struggles that artists have but no one talks about. People always think that when you're creative that you stick in your own little box and you try to be creative. But actually that stifles you, and you're a starving artist instead of a thriving artist, because thriving artists feed off of each other.
Sure.
Where I'm at right now, that's really important, because when you're creative, sometimes you feel like you're in a rut and you don't know which direction to go, or maybe you start, well, maybe I shouldn't do this at all. And what happens is you may stop.
Yeah.
So anyways, this book, if you are an artist, I really recommend this book to change your way of viewing what a creative individual is, because when I read it, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so true. I like working with other hairstylists and feeding off of them, or even makeup artists, because then they help you look at other things, which is why people look at YouTube. You know, which is why people are, you know, on Instagram for inspiration. They inspire you, and you shouldn't be ashamed to say that so-and-so inspired me. My style is like this because of so-and-so.
Yeah.
So that's why I love this book. So this was my favorites, one of my favorites.
So that's it. Let us know in the comments anything that you've been obsessing over, anything that we missed, specifically. Specifically, if you have any, you know, like she said, books or podcasts, or just anything that you're obsessing over, you just want to share with us, let us know. Hit us in the comments. We'd love to check it out and give our feedback on that. If you like this video, if you like these type of videos, make sure you give us a thumbs up. We appreciate the thumbs up. It makes us searchable. It makes us more widely searchable on the tube, that is the YouTube. So we appreciate the thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, because you want to be part of this brown girl family, this brown girl world, all the craziness and encouragement and makeup and books and lipsticks and this thing.
Brush portfolio,
whatever. Listen, you want to be part of this Marilyn Monroe-ness, you want to be part of this family, is what I'm trying to tell you. So make sure you hit subscribe, and make sure you follow us on our socials. I am at Miss Kev on Stage on Instagram.
I am at Deandra Giselle, also on Instagram.
And you want to check her out on Fridays, because she does a live Wake Up to Makeup.
Yeah.
Also Deandra Giselle.
Yes, on Facebook Live. Every Friday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's important. But even if you don't wake up that early, for those of you guys who are on Pacific Standard Time, and even if you're at work, if you're on the East Coast, you can check it out later.
Because it stays on the wall.
It stays.
So make sure you check that out. And until the next video, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for tuning in and giving us your feedback and your comments. We really appreciate them. Until the next video.
Bye.
Bye.